also another insight that I probably should try to learn and stop beginning my sentences with so. I think I got it when I was in the Netherlands, because my host dad will always jokingly say when to announce his existence while we are being quiet, he would just enter in the room with his big footsteps and be like, "Zo." Those little moments you miss. Yeah. Like wherever he's emerging from, whether it's upstairs or from his office or from the living room or from the yard, he will always say, "Zo." so I it was contagious, to say the least. So it was contagious. But I can still feel the pain. But it's alright. It's okay. It's alright. It's okay. The other thing I would like to speak about is how I found out that I'm okay with responsibilities. Yeah. Because when I was a kid, again, I think I've been talking about my kid self a lot. Maybe because I'm comparing, or evaluating the changes that can occur within the different ages or years that a human person that goes through, and it changes a lot every year. It's as if you download something that, or it's as if, yeah, it just changes. Every year has its own advantages or things that you lose, or ways of existing that are not available to you before. Every year has it. And now I notice that apparently I enjoy having responsibilities when I'm in a group. And also, I would like to add that it's not like I'm the one who's, hey, I wanna be responsible for this. It's that kind of enjoy, or not, it's that kind of thing that if no one else is responsible or capable of yeah, I would. Because I noticed this when we were in the restaurant, and apparently this I didn't have prior knowledge before we got on the trip. Apparently my friends have limited knowledge in the kitchen, or confidence. I would like to put it that way. They have very limited confidence when it comes to the kitchen. So they are more like, they wanted to stick on the safe side of things. We can just fry stuff or something. We're gonna survive that way, or we're gonna take something easy or something like this. But in my head, I have some ideas, because I told them this is the best time to experiment with the food, because we're on a trip. We are eating together. It's a bonding moment. It's fun. And we are tasting new food together. It's fun. But they said that, well, I cannot cook pasta. Both of them said this. Well, I said to them, I'm confident with my skills in the kitchen because I have been doing it even before when I was in the Philippines, and I've always experimented with things when I was an au pair also. Because in the Netherlands, I was in charge with the budget, and I can just buy whatever I see fit, and the kid that I am taking care of is the miracle kid. He eats everything, even the vegan dishes that his mom makes. He eats everything. So my host mom said, well, you can just buy or cook something. He eats everything. So I'm like, yes. So I did. I experimented a lot because I have the budget. And also in Belgium, we normally have this HelloFresh. Is it? Or maybe HelloFresh is in Netherlands. But yeah, there is this food box. It could be food box, that the name is. Food box, it arrives. It has many different things, and a lot of those things I have never seen before in my life, and I have to prepare them. There is a recipe, and of course there is like everything, but I don't follow those. I feel like the food has a smaller chance of turning out well if I follow the exact recipe. So I just look at the ingredients and how it looks, because it has a picture. Just look at the ingredients and how it looks, or maybe if it's something that's too complicated that I don't know how to prepare, the maybe a vegetable or something that I don't really know, I will look at the general procedure and decide, well, does this feel right? That reminds me of the meme that about Asians and how we cook. It's like, and how we put seasoning, to be specific. It reminds me of that meme where it said, we don't measure the seasonings, we only stop if we hear our ancestors when we hear the voices of our ancestors. So maybe that's why. So I am confident in what I can do in the kitchen. So they were deciding what to order, and I'm deciding. I was looking at the pasta possibilities, and I was writing down things, asking them questions, writing down things. And then even before the waitress came, I came back because he went to us to give the menu and then told us how to decide. I showed them the list, and then they were surprised because we already had a menu for until we leave. And I realized at that moment, I enjoy organizing things now at this age. It wasn't like that before when I was little, specifically grade 4 onwards, when they start giving you these group activities. Because normally I was the kid that does the visual things, the visual aids or the drawings, or the ones that you have to present on the group. There are other kids who sometimes contributes something. So so that I think I'm not really sure if this is a cultural thing or if this is just a universal thing, that if someone appears responsible, the tendency is to give the responsibility to that, or hey, you can do this well, then you should do it, sort of thing. And I was the kid who did a lot of work when I was in group activities. I didn't do all, but a lot. I did a lot because I had to, because if I don't, we all go down together. So I had to. Even my mom is doing the drawing sometimes. That's when I discovered that she's really good at drawing the mosquitoes, the life cycle of the butterfly or something like this. And then we have to. And back then, I didn't like that. It didn't feel fair, or I didn't like that. I'm like, these other kids, they can just go out and play, and I'm here doing the things. And then when we present it, it will appear as if they also did a lot, but they didn't. That's how it feels when I was young. But now, I realize I actually enjoy organizing things. Maybe because I got older. Or planning things. Or being responsible in general. I also wonder, maybe it's just that I care about them. Maybe that's also a factor. Maybe it's because I just care about them. I don't mind. I wonder how it would appear if I'm with other people that I don't like. Maybe I will just sit and not say anything if I don't like the people. Because that's how I normally behave when I am surrounded by people that I don't like. I'm not very outward with my distaste. Let's say I'm still polite even if I can still work with the other people even if I don't like them. It's just that I'm not motivated to form any bond, emotional bond with them. So I just do what I had to do. What's my share of my part? If I can do more, I will, because it's for the sake of the group. But if it ends, do you hang out with people you don't like for fun? That's my question, because apparently it's something a lot of the adults do. They hang out with people they don't, or maybe not even adults. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making assumptions. But at least the people I have met, they say that, well, they don't mind hanging out with people they don't like as long as it's in a group. That's how they operate. And for me, well, it depends. There's degrees to how I don't like the person. There's degrees to it. It's not just yes or no. There's degrees. So, well, it depends. Because this is another analogy I would like to share. Some people, their vibes, when they, pardon me if I told this analogy before. Some people, when they enter the room, they look nice and all, but it feels as if they are infecting the room with their body odor, even if they don't have one. Have you experienced that before? Like someone just enters and maybe social, not just the enter, because enter, the person is still silent and you don't see. Enter, they mingle, They mingle, and then suddenly the room smells like body odor. Even if they are wearing the most expensive perfume or something. I can literally think of 2 examples. 2 specific. I think I only met 2 people in my entire life that are like this. So strong. The body odor is so strong even when they don't have a body odor. And it just kind of, it's impossible to have dinner with them. I will remove myself from that possibility to have dinner with them because there are multiple. I told my friend I would rather miss out if there's anything to miss out on, because I also like being alone, and if I really socialize and took the time to prepare myself to socialize, I would like it to be like a 5-star experience with the people I really like. Like, we couldn't be doing anything expensive, but as long as this is the people that I really feel I really feel this certain kind of something that makes it feel like the equivalent of Michelin star restaurant, the highest. I would, but if it's a social event where there is, I think I may have strayed a lot outside of the topic, and I apologize. Yeah, this is so cool. Yep. See you on the next.